Hi, this is Allie and welcome back to December Daily for 2017. This is day 17. Yesterday again I did the tag with the small tags there for the Star Wars story, and then today what I'm going to do is, we had two birthdays this past week. Audrey and Elliot both had birthdays, so we had lots of kind of birthday things happening. They both had sleepovers, lots of stuff going on, and so what I decided to do, because I had a pocket page over here, was to create a couple 5x7 things, and I thought about a couple things with this. Like, I thought about I could make some kind of a booklet with these. These are, again, sized at 5x7. It's one, a picture from Audrey's party, a picture from Elliot's party with word art on top of it, and then a little bit of journaling that is telling the story of this last week and the different activities that were going on. So I considered adding things to the back, but I think what I'm going to do is just leave the back plain. I could always back it with some of the pattern paper, so I may, like pattern paper from the kit or the extra pattern paper. I could do that as well, but I think that I will probably just leave them plain. I don't know, I'll decide as we're kind of working through stuff on here. But I think I'm gonna put some tabs along the top. I'm still thinking about all of this, but basically these can just fit right into the pocket. I like the idea of having some of the tabs on the top so it's obvious that there is more than one. You know, maybe I'll do 1, 2, 3. And then the other thing that I want to add on here, well, a couple things. One, here's the star. This is just, I'm going to put this on there right now. This is from the chipboard or the star embellishment pack. So I'm just going to add this right on here, somewhat towards the middle of this one. And then I'm going to put just the 1 and the 7 in the white for 17 here. I went back and forth a little bit as I was first looking at this, thinking maybe I'll do black chipboard, but I think that this is fine. Just to have the white. I kind of seem to the black because of the black over there, but I don't really, it does not matter. So the other thing that I want to add on here, one of the things that I do during December regularly is I'm always on the lookout for things that come in the mail that I could add onto here. And I had a package come from J. Crew the other day, and on their wrapping tape, or the packaging tape, there was this one that said, "Let's get festive, people." And I loved that idea, and so I'm gonna just adhere it right on this pocket itself, which, you know, is where I'm talking about getting festive, right, for these birthdays. And just go ahead and add this right on top of here and then trim it off on the edges. And so that'll be the kind of the top part of my pocket. I also, as I put this on here, I love that it is not cut right, like, because I just ripped it off there trying to see if that would work, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, you know, it's not, I didn't trim it to make this part perfect. I kind of like that it's not, but I want to add it right along the edge there. And then I'm going to, I think I'm going to staple it just so that it looks like it's on top of there with purpose. Actually, I'm going to get a little more adhesive along the edge there. So, you know, looking at catalogs, looking at things that have been coming to your house in the mail, marketing materials, I've found some fun things to add to my books over the years by doing that. I know a lot of you, there's been lots of chatter on the Facebook group about Starbucks cups and things like that. It's kind of the same idea of, you know, looking for things that may have sentiments or images that could help you tell the overall story of your season too. Okay, so there's that. Oops, I need to punch that hole there too. So I think, you know, there's lots of different ways that you could go with something like this where you have multiple pages. You could turn it into some sort of a fold out like using the washi tape to create a fold out. You know, something where when you take this out, that maybe it goes something like this. And I could still, you know, like this would be the way that you would do it. So that when you pull it out, then it opens up like that by using washi tape on the edges. And I think I could probably do that on the and keep the washi tape not on the front side and just have it be on the back side there. And then put some pattern paper. Let's see. I have to figure out how this would work. It would be like this, but it would fold in like this. Maybe I'll play around with that and see what happens. Okay, I bagged that idea because it was not really, I want to be able to see in here that there are 3 things that you can pull out. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that instead. And I'm going to use the index tabs and I'm going to space them across the top. So like this is going to be the first one. I'm pretty sure, let's see. Or I could put this one in first. And it's going to matter just for the placement of where I put the things here. Yeah, I think I probably like that one in there. I mean, either one of them is fine for, no, we'll start with that one because that's the story. Okay, so what I want to do here, and these I just did, you know, in Photoshop, and the word art for these, this one and this one, is on the template sets for this year. So these are still available. You can pick them up if you want to use some word art like this in your project too. And I just pulled them off of the templates because they are layered templates. It gives you more flexibility, and you can actually take them, you know, move them off of the way that I designed them and put them on to photos or do other things with them rather than having to feel like they need to stay exactly in the template. Okay, so I'm gonna add this one to the other edge. And then for this second picture there, I'm going to put it in the middle. And like I said, you could easily, you know, add pattern paper to the back or add more story. Like if you had a really long story or you wanted to tell multiple stories about all of these things that have been going on over a few days, or this would be great maybe for Christmas Day. If you have a bunch of different stories that you wanted to tell on Christmas Day, this would be a way that you could tackle that. I just don't have a lot of extra words to go along with these birthday events. It's more kind of like the photos do a good job there. All right, so here then are those 3 in here. And now what I need to do is just figure out what do I want to stamp on there, or do I want to print something out that could go inside of there? And that's kind of what I'm thinking that I will do. Print something that can fit or that is the same size. Let me play around with that. Okay, so I went ahead and I put one of these perforated word phrase strips inside one of them, and then I made a couple other ones, and they might be a little bit too small. Let's see. I might need to make them a little bit taller than I did. We'll see if they fit in there. And I just wrote on here, celebrating Elliot and celebrating Audrey, and these can go then inside those tabs. So making a custom tag that will be on there. Yeah, it's too small. I need to make it a little bit bigger. Actually, it might work. Let's see. Yeah, I think that it's sticky enough that it will stay in there. Just need to trim it a little bit on the edges, so that will work. This is like 2 by 0.5. No, 2 inches by 0.25 inches is how big I made that. And so then there's the one that says celebrating Elliot, and then the other one will say celebrating Audrey. So then it's fairly obvious when you're looking at the page or opening it up that there are different little things contained within there. So let's cut this guy out. And then I think I'm pretty much done with this page. I might add a little bit, like one more of these gold stars here to the front of it, but I think that's about it for things I need to add. Just kind of letting the pocket do its work. I have another pocket page coming up. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That makes it easy to see that, you know, that there's something else in there. Okay, so other pocket page coming up is one I made in the product play workshop. And looks like this. And on this one I'm gonna do gratitudes on there. So that'll be coming up. But that was one that I just made, and that's what I showed how to do in the project play or the product play workshop for that one. But I think this one's gonna work great for this. I'm gonna just add one other little star like right here on this bottom part, I think. Kind of in the middle of that part. Actually, I still want it in the middle of the page. All right, there you go. That is, again, day 17. And I will be back here again tomorrow with day 18. Oh, also, just a heads up that as we get closer to actual Christmas Day, it's totally possible that the time of when I have these pages up will adjust a little bit. Also, as we get really close, my kids are all going to be here this week, so we have some other things planned. There will be a point in time, maybe the 22nd or so, where I will stop, and then I will share my pages, the rest of my pages after Christmas, so I can go ahead and celebrate the season and be fully present with my family during that time as well. So just a heads up on that. I still have a few more days to go here before I do that. See you guys soon.